All right, folks, welcome to another edition here of Radio's Yard. As you can see, I have next to me, yes, no, that's not Waldo. This is Alvin. Alvin is here today with us because it's UFC week. And when it's UFC week, we get Alvin all pumped up, ready to go. It's UFC 316 this Saturday night at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. A lot to talk about on this card, Alvin. A lot to talk about. Two really good main events, co-main event and main event there as well. But as I always like to do with you first, hot takes for the prelims. What are you looking forward to? Underdogs you like? You know I like all that stuff anyway,
well,
but
thank you for
I'm going to let
having
you
me.
go.
Thank you for having me yet again, Krantz. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
It feels like this is the Krantz corner, me and you right
Wow,
here.
That could be copyright infringement. Be careful about that. Right, that's it.
This is me and Krantz. We're going to do a great
We're
UFC
just here.
video.
Right, we're just here.
I've already had 3 people say I look like Waldo.
Hence the reason I brought it up.
I was
Correct.
thinking about taking my shirt off.
Which I actually voted for in the vote on that. I was voted down, but I voted for no shirts.
So
right.
let's get back to the event, huh?
Right, let's
New
do
Jersey, 316, O'Malley, Marab Dvalishvili.
Right.
Great fight. Very exciting.
I'm glad you said his last name because I didn't. I just wrote Marab down. That's all. I'm Marab. That's all.
Ready?
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Dvalishvili. Okay.
Dvalishvili.
Shvili. How about I just do the end? I'll do the end.
Right.
Shvili. All right, you go first. Shvili.
Yeah.
Okay,
Boom.
we're good. Now we're ready.
We're ready to go.
Okay.
All
So
right,
give me some stuff. Give me some info. If you have a good underdog for the fight, if you have a good prelim, because obviously we'll talk about the co-main event and the main event. Those are the big fights. Everyone knows about those. There's lots of storylines in that. But there's always something, and you've done it for the last couple. Do it. I'm excited.
Of things here that people are excited about.
Let's do it.
Patchy Mix. He's coming over. He's the Bellator champion.
Right.
He's making his UFC debut. Typically, these UFC debuts haven't been going good for these guys that are coming over. So we're going to see what happens this time. I'll tell you, I think I'm going to favor the underdog.
Ooh.
He's got the UFC experience. He's not a big name.
Right.
But UFC doesn't like to give these guys layups when they come in. This Mario Bautista, he's not a fan favorite. People aren't jumping out the gym to see him, but he's good. People don't want to fight him, and they threw this guy, Patchy Mix, right there and with him. Patchy Mix is the favorite. I believe he's minus 190. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the underdog.
Ooh.
Because why not?
I like to hear that.
It seems like more often than not, the UFC veteran is up to par with the guy coming over.
Plus, he doesn't want to get embarrassed, right? Like he doesn't want to be
big spotlight,
right? Well,
this guy's been in the UFC.
Absolutely,
this guy's coming over,
right? You don't want the new guy to come in and beat you up at that point. So you want to take care of business there. But yeah, as the underdog there, and then the little sprinkle, the Alvin sprinkle is going to be something we're going to have in content now from now on.
The Alvin sprinkle,
a little like the salt guy, right? The Alvin sprinkle.
Waldo Bay. That's what they're calling me. So we have.
I try to stay away.
We have Kevin Holland, who's one of my personal favorite fighters. You ever watch the Trailblazer? Kevin Holland?
Course, right.
He's very good. He's fighting Vicente Luque in the first fight of the main card. He's can't miss action every time. Last time he was holding a guy like a purse. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen. I was like, what's even happening here? Every time it's electric. He's knocked people out from the bottom. He's always talking during the fight.
I love that. That's my favorite. Right?
He's always fun. I'm going to have some money on Kevin Holland by knockout. He's versus Vicente Luque. Guy's a little bit older, a little long in the tooth, I think people will say.
Nothing wrong with being
long
older.
in the tooth. Nothing wrong. You look good.
Thank you.
You're not older.
I appreciate that.
Say you're
Thank you.
older.
I still have gray in my beard. I try to shave it out.
Yeah, and you know what's actually very cool is that they have the UFC debut patches
Ooh.
in cards.
Ooh.
And a guy making on the prelims, Gustafsson is his last name. He's a guy's crazy looking. So they wear the UFC patch on their shirt when they walk out, and they're going to put it in trading cards.
Okay.
So that's very exciting as well.
That's my favorite part about this whole thing. Why? Because I'll be watching the stream and Alvin rips all of that.
So now every fighter making their debut from this point on, for I don't know how long, is going to have a patch.
That's
go
awesome.
Cards.
That's really. Yeah, we love to bring it back to the hobby here. That's obviously what we do here in Radio's Yard, and we do here in the Live at a Dollar Podcast Network. But that is going to be really cool the way they're doing that right there. All right. You gave us a little bit of the sprinkle of the prelims. You gave us the now we got to get to the co-main event and the main event.
Let's do it.
Obviously, Bantamweight Championship. Harrison, Pena. This is going to be a good one. Of course, I have follow-ups after you go through all this. But your thoughts just when those two names come up and what we're hopefully about to see Saturday night.
I think most people think that Kayla Harrison absolutely wins easily. She's minus 800.
Whoa.
Minus 800 is like, how do you attack that from a betting perspective? But if you take Harrison by decision, it's plus 200 something.
Wow.
So let's do that. Huh?
Okay, I'm in.
Let's do that. That's typically, I feel like, how the women's fights go. Decision. I think Harrison by decision is a good play here to get some value. It's a good, strong parlay leg, I'd say.
I like that.
She's good, and it sets up that match
Follow-up question.
Nunes.
That's right. That's all I've read about this is that maybe coming out of retirement, maybe this will be another super fight coming up. This will be something fun. God, now we have to root for Harrison, right? Because I want to see that fight.
Harrison's easy to root for. So
right.
I think you're going to have a good time rooting for her. She is like an absolute beast, just slamming people.
Is she going to be considered with a win this week in that like top? We love to put titles on stuff, and this is the GOAT. This is the best ever. She's top 3. He's top 5.
Yep.
Is this going to be conversation material if she wins this week, especially if they set up that second fight?
Well, they set up that fight with Amanda Nunes. There hasn't been a fight that, like a woman's fight, I feel like in the last maybe 3-4 years that people have been like, this is insane. I've got to watch this. And if it's Harrison versus Nunes, that might be maybe the biggest women's fight ever.
That's crazy to say, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, because obviously you go back and you start talking about Ronda Rousey and this and Nunes. But this could be the making. Saturday night could be the prelim for this major fight for there, and that's huge for the UFC too.
That's very exciting.
Because you put a spotlight on the women also, and when you have a big fight like that, if you could get that fight there, if Harrison can take care of business this weekend, but I haven't looked -800. That is a nutty bet to make. Yeah,
that's why it's you can't bet -800.
No,
you're asking to get crushed.
Right, of course. At that point, you're going to bet 10. I mean, it's going to be a ridiculous bet at that point also. But that could set up a monster fight, which could be fun to watch, man. That would be something else at all. And now, of course, the main event. We have a big one here. Like I said, I don't say his last name very well. If you want to do the duo thing, Shvili. Okay, was that close on that? I was close. I think you did and Sugar Shane. Like this is it. Like they fought before. There was rumors that guys were banged up, and maybe that's why they lost. Could this be another excuse type of thing? Listen, there's really no one more popular maybe in the last couple of years than Sugar at this point. Like he's just that guy. If you look around, he's in TV shows, he's in movies, he's all over the place, but Saturday night, it's not going to matter. It's going to matter what happens in that octagon.
O'Malley is my favorite guy. He's been my favorite fighter for a while. But when you're talking about Merab Dvalishvili, the machine, the guy does not stop, Krantz. The guy's an absolute animal.
Hence the nickname. Right?
Hence the name. He go 5 rounds. He go 5 rounds easy. O'Malley will always have that puncher's chance. Can he knock him out? Right. That's the way he wins. Any other way it plays out, I think Merab steamrolls him again. Right? Unfortunately, people are always banged up going to their fights. Merab's going to be banged up. O'Malley's going to be banged up. Who's going to come out? Who's going to perform? We saw the first fight. Merab did it. This fight, he might even make it look easier. And I don't want to see that. I want to see O'Malley win. I'm an O'Malley guy. But if I think I'm done betting with my heart, and I'm betting with my mind now.
Right.
I got to go.
You got to worry about your wallet. That's what you got to worry about. That. So tell me, what do you think here?
I think Merab, just money line, -265, I think he is. Right, I feel pretty confident that he can go out and he could put on an even better performance than he did the last time around.
Right. Is that the 265? Is that where we're at right now?
-275.
-275. Okay. Just checking with our fact coordinator here. Kobe,
so I already put one bet in. The Harrison by decision and Merab. That's like +353. That's a good little parlay right there.
That's a nice parlay for the main event.
We throw on Batista, the underdog, fighting the guy coming over. It's a big spot to come over. Patchy mix in the UFC, your first fight. Maybe we throw in Kevin Holland, a little fanfare. That might be a little hard bet.
That's okay.
You do those 4. I like that parlay there. I'll put that one in right after this, and we're going to ride.
Listen, you've been hot lately.
Yeah.
Anyone that watched any of our last ones that we've done, you've been hot lately. So at that point we go, how do I ask this question? Where do you grade this pay-per-view in general, top to bottom? Because obviously, when you look at the main events, when you look at the co-main event, when you see the Holland fight, when you see Batista, when you see that kind of stuff, obviously you have to package it all in. You can't just look at the main event and say this is why it's great. Where does this one rank? And I don't say rank. How do you grade it on a grading scale?
So we are coming off the worst fight night maybe in history last week. It was bad. There was like 11,000 viewers in Florida or something, which is pretty nuts for my favorite sport, probably, and one of the most major sports in the world.
Of course, right now. Yeah.
So this one, looking at this card, I could say this is an A.
Wow. All right.
Main card, prelims, early prelims. There's recognizable names all across the board. There's great fighters, prospects, top fighters. I'm very excited for this one. Outside of maybe the first couple fights, early prelims, those are typically stickers.
Of course, right.
And then it just banger, 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 banger. And then Merab Dvalishvili.
Shvili. Oh, I thought we were doing that again. I was ready. You want to do it again?
Devash.
Sheely.
There we go.
Okay, so look, we have a little tandem going here as well. All right, so we got a big fight on Saturday night for the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. UFC was 316. Main event, co-main event, going to be fun to watch. Couple good ones on there that Alvin let you know about as well. And then we'll recap everything kind of next week afterwards. Maybe we'll get Alvin down here for a couple minutes. And not only that, but I think that honestly, one of my favorite parts of this, the patch stuff, I think that's going to be a lot of fun for the hobby also to see that.
Last weekend, the guy that wore the patch lost.
Right.
This weekend, we'll see if he could do anything. But he is versing a guy named Chaos Williams.
Ooh, that's
and Chaos
tough name.
Williams got power, dude. Chaos Williams put people to sleep, Krantz.
So if we find out that the patch loses this week again, maybe we make that a little bet on the next one. Whoever's wearing the patch, bet against the patch at that point.
Bet against the patch.
Bet against the patch. All right, Alvin. Tell everyone where you're going to be upstairs when you are breaking sports cards for the people.
Backyard Rips. You can catch me almost every day on the Whatnot app. Great stuff. A can't miss show every time. And you best be getting in there on Backyard Breaks with Radio and Krantz here. This guy is legit. He's taught me a lot. I've taught him a lot. And I'm happy he's here with us.
Alvin, one of the first people to leave the room and let me rip for him. And still to this day, one of my funniest stories is I tried to open the packs with the wrong side of the box cutter. That's right. That happened in Alvin's room.
Happens. I still
in
do
the ribs
sometimes.
room. That's right. It happens. It just happened yesterday to someone else I let break in my room too. Rodrigo, good job. That was great on you. All right, that's going to do it for Alvin and our UFC preview this week. A lot of fun here. A lot of fun Saturday night. I hope you guys are watching out there and listen to my man when he gives you a little betting advice as well. The patches are going to be fun. That's going to be something great for the hobby as well. So we had a lot of fun here today. For Alvin, I am Radio. This has been Radio's Yard here on the Live at a Dollar Podcast Network. Keep watching, keep listening, subscribe, leave comments whether you like us or hate us, whether you think Alvin's shirt is nice or not. If you found Waldo, we did. He's right here next to me as well. That's going to do it for us. We'll talk to you again next week. Make sure, like I said, you subscribe. You get to all of our videos, all the audio. Everything is out there for our YouTube channel and on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts as well.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. That's it. Right. Shvili. Oh, no, I thought we were doing that again. Okay, that wasn't that part.
Subscribe.
Shvili.
Shvili.
Shvili. Okay, we're there. We did it. We have a great tandem. Look at that tandem here. All right, again, for Alvin, I'm Radio. This has been Radio.